Hello.
Hi, I have Martin Starr on the line.
Excellent. Thank you.
One moment.
Yeah.
Hi, you're connected.
Martin Starr.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. How are you? It's Mike and Jay with the Detroit Cast.
Hey, Martin.
How's it going, Mike? How's it going, Jay?
Very well, thank you.
It's going very good. Listen to that voice. So recognizable right out of the
Yes.
gate. Thank you for popping on the show, buddy. We appreciate it. You're going to be at Motor City Comic-Con this weekend. You're doing you'll be there Saturday and Sunday doing a panel Q&A. Do you like doing these types of things?
This is the first time I've ever done one, so we're going to find out.
Oh,
Are you
boy.
mainly there for freaks and geeks?
Yeah, I think I've been toying with the idea of trying to do more of these types of things, and John Daly and I were talking about it, and so he and I will be there together, so that if things get weird, we get to get weird together.
I'm sure people have warned you. It's an interesting cast of characters that show up to those things. You'll definitely meet some interesting people.
Cool. I like interesting people.
Well, do you know what the panel's going to be about exactly, or what to expect for the Q&A portion?
I didn't even know there was going to be a panel. Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday you're slated for a
got me.
panel.
Yeah, Sunday at 11:30. Make sure you're there. I think
Get
it's
ready.
Ballroom 5, Martin.
I'll try to remember. Yeah, all I know is I'll be in Detroit for 2 days, and I'll be loving every minute of it.
Well, speaking of freaks and geeks, dude, and we're huge fans of Silicon Valley, so we'll talk to you about that as well. But Freaks and Geeks, man, what an amazing show. Here it is almost, 18, 19 years later, and it still has this amazing following.
37 years later, and we're still alive.
Yeah.
Do you understand the whole, or appreciate the whole quote-unquote cult-like following of stuff? I mean, do you have something in your life that you love the show or movie, kind of a cult-like thing, or does that weird you out a little bit that people are so into a show like that?
I don't know that it weirds me out. In fact, I think in particular the people who connect with that show and love that show as much as they do tend to be really awesome people. So I feel really honored to have been a part of something like that connects so deeply with so many people that it's also relative to my life. So I never felt like I was cool or appreciated for who I was when I was going through school. And I'm sure, that leads to difficulties figuring out how to appreciate myself at times. So I can totally relate to all the people who relate to those characters. It's a very human story that we told. I feel really lucky.
Yeah, you should, too, because the people you got to work with on that show, I mean, that's got to be huge for you. I mean, it has been. Some of the movies you've been in with, anything Apatow does, or Seth Rogen, James Franco. I mean, just an amazing cast that you got to work with, too.
Who are those people?
Yeah, right?
Kidding. I'm just kidding around. Yeah, I've been really lucky. We've all been really fortunate to have the careers that we've had and get to keep working together. So that's the most fun thing about it all, is that we get to keep getting paid to just have fun with our friends. It's not something I take for granted.
Was Seth Rogen high even during those days?
I think he was born stoned.
Yeah.
No, we definitely smoked weed back then.
Yeah.
Together.
He's got to be fun to smoke weed with.
Yeah, we had some fun for sure.
So how long were you?
We lived together for a bit too.
Oh, really?
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, we were roommates. We weren't like in a relationship or anything together. We were roommates, just to clarify.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
how long were you in the game before Freaks and Geeks? I mean, I think you're the son of an actor,
Like
actress.
it's the mafia.
Yeah.
My mom was an actress, is an actress, a very talented actress, and she moved out here from Kansas, and then started a business that I'm sure, aided in a lot of me having opportunities at a young age, which didn't amount to too much until I turned 16, and then I guess it all caught up with me, all that good karma. But I had done like a couple commercials and things, and she kind of spurred me into it when I was 4 or 5, like super young, doing commercials and things like that. But I was always around it, and then I'd say I caught the comedy acting bug when I was like 12 or 13, and just started entertaining a group of kids my own age and made friends and finally felt like I belonged somewhere.
So were you when you talk about commercials when you're a little kid? Do you remember any of them? Would we recognize any of them? Like a famous McDonald's ad or something?
Yeah, that one you can look up. Yeah, it's called. I thought you were referencing the actual commercial that I did.
No.
I was like, good for you. You did a lot of homework.
Oh, of course I did. Yeah, your famous McDonald's ad. Who can forget?
It's not famous, but if you look up The Diary on YouTube, McDonald's The Diary, I'm the kid at the very end of it who's reading the diary. And when we did that, I fell off the bed. She hit me with a pillow. I might have actually gotten under her skin. I don't know how old I was, like 7 or something. And she threw a pillow at me, and it knocked me off the bed, and I hit one of the light stands of the actual set. And so you hear at the end of the commercial, in that version of it, they kept it in when they showed it on TV. So, it shows the McDonald's logo, I think, and then it goes to black, and you just hear me go, ugh. And that's me actually getting hurt.
Wow, we'll pull it up.
So that's cool.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I wonder why they decided to leave something like that in.
I think they just thought it was funny, or maybe they were like, this kid was super annoying. Let's show his pain to the world.
Now, did they hook you up with a bunch of free McDonald's too to do something like that? Can you go in there at any point in life and just go, yeah, I get free stuff for life?
They have like a card.
Don't remember that happening ever.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, we got the ad there. We'll watch it when we're done. Jay and I both, I think our favorite television show currently airing is Silicon Valley.
No question.
It's got to be a great feeling to land a show.
I'm glad you didn't say Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
that
no.
would've been awkward.
Our favorite show airing on television is currently Big Bang Theory, and
God damn it, I'm out of here. Tricked again.
Well, it's got to be such a thrill, dude, to land on one of the biggest shows on television. I don't know if you saw that coming, but congratulations, first off.
Yeah, I feel like I've hit the jackpot a few times and just been lucky to work with really great people and be a part of things that I look back on. And no matter what their success was in popular culture, they were so much fun to do, and I'm so proud of them. And I think all of them have grown in, the pop culture encyclopedia. In any case, Party Down, NTSF, SDSUV, we did on Adult Swim, Freaks and Geeks, and now Silicon Valley. I've been really fortunate on television.
Is that something that comes easy? Are you kind of a computer nerd? Because I think the dialogue would be really hard to pull off that you guys do if you're just acting that.
I learn as much as I can for the things that I actually have to say and portray somewhat accurately. But in general, I think being a part of the show has pushed me away from delving deeper into tech culture in some ways. And then in other ways, like I have a motorized skateboard and I have a pedal assist bike, which is awesome. This company FLX makes these really awesome mountain bikes, so I can be a lazy mountain bike beginner and take the easy way up the hill and just enjoy the ride down. So it's cool to get to know all the interesting tech stuff that's in my category of desirability. But I feel like I've been pushed further away from my telephone and my computer, and which is, I don't know, I wouldn't have predicted that.
Hey, the Bachman incubator that we see on the show, the house that you guys live in.
Are you guys going to start one?
Yeah,
it's a great idea. What's he get, 10% of whatever's developed?
Yeah.
You guys it just seems like genuinely like you have a good time together. I know you're acting, I understand that, but are you guys really good buddies in real life? It seems to jump off the screen that you are.
Yeah. I mean, every one of the guys is awesome. We've all really gotten to know each other over the last 4 years, and it's just been a lot of fun. I wouldn't have anticipated it being as easy and rewarding as it's been. Not that I have any other experience to pull from to think otherwise, but I feel like the older you get, the harder it is to make friends and expand your world. And it's, I didn't know anyone except for Kumail I had met once before previously, and we had a fun bro out night. And then, so I felt confident that we would get along. But then I got to know, TJ and Zach Woods and Thomas, and it's just been awesome.
Is it true? I thought I read that the role of Gilfoyle when you read for to do that show, wasn't even a character yet.
Correct.
So what
Kumail
role?
and I both, I read for Ehrlich, and I think Kumail did too, but I'm not totally sure on that. And then the next day after I tested, they said, hey, you didn't get that part, but they're offering you another part, and they're writing it. So here's the script. They want you to go to a table read. And I read through the script, and I had one line of dialogue. And then I was like, are you sure they need me to come to say one line of dialogue? And they're like, yeah, I think they want you there. So I went, and Mike was like, hey, yeah, don't worry. We're just kind of trying to figure out this part. We're not quite sure what we're doing here, but he kind of gave me the breakdown of him being a Satanist and really trying to flush out the world with, with the group. Because initially it was really just about Thomas, Richard, and Ehrlich was kind of a part of it. But the majority of the show is really just about Richard's storyline alone, without his group of friends, just him flying solo. And then there was this side plot. There was kind of a B storyline of these girls who come up to Silicon Valley to meet rich nerds who are socially awkward, who are kind of easy to enroll in their romantic schemes and kind of get financially invested
Invested
I really
in.
trailed off there.
I believe it's in. I think you had it right.
Yeah. And then that also could be a euphemism, but we don't need to go there.
Well, I personally am really glad that it's developed far beyond the Richard character, because I think you guys really lend some rich dialogue for sure, and some great dynamic pieces of that. But the Gilfoyle character, the fact that he's a Satanist, you mentioned, makes him incredibly unique. He's a total smartass. He's incredibly capable and competent, but he never gets into like the douchery that Dinesh does. And that allows him to just kind of rip on everybody, which has to be great fun to play.
It's super fun. I feel like I lucked out. When we read the episode in the first season where I have a girlfriend, that kind of broke the mold for what I was doing, and because I was really, like, a lot of what I do in the show was tailored a little bit to this concept, and then to me, what they saw me bring for my audition for Ehrlich. And so I think it was just this idea that kind of grew, and I just saw it change and realized exactly where I sat in the group when we did the episode where I have a girlfriend and everybody else is clearly jealous.
That episode, by the way, is that Lily, the girl from the AT&T commercials?
Yes, it is.
I currently have the biggest crush on her, man. Tell me she's a cool chick in person.
Yeah, she's very sweet.
Is she?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Vaintrub.
So the Gilfoyle character, I mean, does he have a weakness? The guy, he just seems to be one of those guys who fucks with everybody and seemingly doesn't give a shit about anything or anyone. Nobody can sort of touch him. He's the master at reading everybody's minds. I mean, what is his weakness? And are we going to learn that in the upcoming seasons here?
I think so. I hope so. I'd imagine at some point we'll harp on that. So far, it's been a lot of Gilfoyle winning and Dinesh losing as a part of their cycle. I'm sure, hopefully, at some point we may break that cycle. But I enjoy this. I enjoy this part of it so much. I don't know how much I want that to happen. But that's not up to me. That's up to the writers. But they're. I hope that there's something like that happening. I'll whisper it in somebody's ear, and we'll see what happens.
Sounds good.
Martin, what are your favorite scenes to do? Do you like the ones, you and Dinesh have such great chemistry together, or do you like the full team ensemble when it's 4 or 5 of you going back and forth?
They're both fun. It's fun to hang out with the whole group, for a long period of time. That's fun. But those scenes tend to take a long time because there's so much work that goes into a scene that has 5 dudes in it that's a page long takes a lot longer than a scene that's just me and Dinesh talking that's a page long, because there's a lot more work that goes into covering each individual person. Mm-hmm. So it can feel like you're doing the same thing on repetition, and that tends to get boring, but we find a way to make it fun and enjoy everything, even when we're spending 8 hours doing a scene. I don't know. I think it's more fun to they're both fun.
Sounds like the work
Right.
is easier. The work's easier when it's just you and Dinesh, but they're all great.
It's quicker.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
quicker. But it's all fun. It's when you get to go work with your friends, it's fun every day.
Do you have favorite scenes, like personally? I love the one when Jared and Richard are asking, they're doing the interviews and they're asking, what does Gilfoyle do? And you have that amazing dialogue with them where you explain what you are and your importance. I mean, does something like that stand out to you?
That stands out to me as like one of the more nervous days for me. I think those big speeches, I tend to feel like, because the dialogue is so unfamiliar, it's like doing a doctor show or something. So I've almost learned it syllable by syllable, phonetically.
It's like doing a foreign language.
It like does feel like that sometimes, where I'll say a sentence that I've memorized, and it will feel foreign coming out of my mouth and sound foreign to my ears. But I try to understand as best I can everything that we're doing. Those scenes are fun. They're certainly more nerve-wracking. I'd say the most fun are when I personally like working with Kumail and playing with that relationship. But I think it's more fun for me to like watch the episodes and see the stuff that Thomas and Zach did when I wasn't there, to kind of see how the other guys turned a scene that we read on paper, and how they got that up on its feet and brought it to life. That's the most fun for me, I think.
How about the middle out scene? I think probably one of the more classic scenes.
One of the best probably shows or scenes in television history, in my opinion. It's fucking amazing.
Did you feel that as you were doing it? I mean, did you guys really? It must have been hard not to laugh, number one. But I mean, did you feel like, wow, this is really, really good writing?
I feel like you guys love dick jokes.
Yeah, sort of. Sorry.
We definitely had a lot of fun there. There was a point at which there was a lot of improvisation going on, and
Really?
finding what was funny. But I think the way that we were doing it was, there was a moment where Alec walked into the room and he said, "Okay, it's okay. Like we can't." I think it was after one or two takes. He was like, "We can improvise. I think there is something there, but you can only do it if it's serious. It can't be any sense of awareness that this is funny."
Yeah.
Like all of that has to disappear. And because I think we were like really hitting the puns and really hitting them harder than we needed to. And then I think after that, we just hit a groove. Like everything fell into place, and that made it even more fun.
But dude, when you step up from the couch and are like, I think the measurement you're actually looking for is dick to floor ratio or something. Like, how does the room not just the D2F? Like, how does the room, or maybe they do, just lose it? I couldn't sit and keep a straight face during something like that.
I don't know, man. I guess we're professional, and you're very unprofessional.
I was anticipating that answer.
I'm really immature, and I find dick jokes hilarious. No, it's the whole like. It's just like it's poetry to watch a scene like that unfold. It really is, and it's one of our favorites. That and Dinesh's gold chain. I could watch those scenes for eternity too.
Zach's line always makes me laugh when I think about it.
Which one?
Where I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly, but I think it's like, "Oh, do you choke your mother with that gold chain when you fuck her in the ass?"
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes. As you guys are walking into the big meeting.
Yeah. It makes me laugh so much because I didn't know he was going to say that, and so hearing it for the first time, that was really hard not to laugh at. But I might have been off camera for that, which works out great.
Hey, I want to ask you something about the set. Again, back to the Bachman incubator. You guys have it looks like a very real house, and you guys tend to have a lot of beer and stuff sitting around. And I can't help but notice Drake's IPA all over the place. Are you guys like a huge fan of that, or is that like a paid for sponsorship?
I don't know how that. I think it was more to legitimize. Like I drink.
Your Rasputin's Imperial Stout.
Yeah,
right?
Rasputin from West.
That?
I think it's called West Coast Brewery. North Coast Brewery. But I assume it's more there to legitimize. I mean, the amount of detail and work that went in to all the sets by our set deck and props, and everybody really does their homework. The whole art department is awesome. So all of those details actually have purpose. But yeah, I didn't set that there intentionally for us to have a conversation about.
So you're
but
not
if you,
really...
that's not me trying to avoid the conversation.
Yeah.
You can talk as long as you want.
So are we just looking at the front of a house then, and you guys have a set somewhere else that you're actually?
Is it like the Brady Bunch
Yeah,
house? Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We built. Well, we started off by shooting the pilot in an actual house, and now when we shoot the exteriors, we still shoot at that same house. But after the pilot, it's more time effective and money effective to build a set that's bigger, so that you can fit cameras in and you can kind of make it the right size and dimensions that you need it to be for the purpose of the show, and you know, making a TV show inside of this room. So everything got a little bit bigger, and we changed the layout a little bit. It's all based on a real house.
It is. I was going to ask you too, is Pied Piper based, and the algorithm, is that based on anything? Is that totally made up, or is there some something that I don't know was going on in Silicon Valley that this is a tribute to or a reference to?
I think it's more the general, and you know, you should probably interview Mike after this to get the real story. But I'm pretty sure it's just the general desire by all tech people to make things smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So it's, you know, information is clearly getting smaller as best they can make it smaller. Mm-hmm. So that's, I think it was spawned from that simple idea. I'm not aware of any specific information that spawned that.
Well, the Mike you referenced a couple times, we would love to talk to him. Of course, that's Mike Judge. That's got to be a blast, man, working on a Mike Judge film. What a great writer, and just brilliant stuff coming out of him.
He's good. He's good people. Yeah, good people that Michael Judge.
I would make him do Beavis and Butthead like all day. Do you ever do that? Are you ever that guy that goes, dude, come on, just do a quick Beavis and Butthead for me?
When he's directing, there are like little moments where you hear him just go, and I love it. It just makes me so happy when he pauses for a second and
so it's not intentional.
Like
it's his voice. It's not intentional. He's just going.
I mean, he's miraculously good at voices. So those are definitely two very specific voices that he does. But just when he goes, it falls into that same register, so it feels very familiar.
Yeah.
To Butthead, so it makes my day.
That would make my day too. Is his regular talking voice the Hank Hill, like, damn it, Bobby? Is that his normal voice?
No, that's definitely a put on.
I know, like Seth from Family Guy, like Brian the dog is just his normal speaking voice. Yeah. So when you hear him talk, McFarlane. So I don't know if it's like you're just on set and you just hear, damn it, Bobby, every time he's directed you.
I wish my name was Bobby just so I could hear him say that. And then I would always fuck things up just to hear him say, damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby, do it again. Oh man. Hey, are you still doing stand up?
I never did stand up. So
I thought you did.
No,
well, you should start. You're funny. You should look into that.
Yeah, we know an open mic over here in Detroit this weekend. We could get you on.
Yeah,
we could pull some strings.
Might be a little racy for me. I got a lot going on. I got a Q&A. I'm not.
You just found out about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the other things, lastly, I know we've only got a couple minutes left with you here, Martin, and but one of the things in researching you, I found absolutely hilarious was the James Joyce love letters that you did for Funny or Die.
My friend Natalie Morales came up with that and directed them.
And that was legit a letter?
Yeah, all those. As best I understand, they were sent to me exactly as they were. And I read a bunch of them, but I don't remember if I picked that one or if that was one that was chosen for me. But yeah, that was a good one.
Well, it's brilliant use of the pipe during the
pipe
reading and everything.
Yeah. Was that your call? Did you decide to go with the piperage?
I think so. Yeah, I think that it felt to me just like it legitimized the whole sitting by the fireplace reading to a room of strangers. It feels like there's a show I grew up with my maybe it was 60 Minutes. Was he like by the fireplace? No, there was some
Masterpiece
shows I remember
Theater.
from my childhood. Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, that sounds very familiar. I think it was all spurred from that general visual aesthetic concept.
Well, I know you're obviously aware that I'm a big fan of the dick joke, and I think I'm actually going to use cock stand now instead of hard on going forward.
Hard zone.
As you should.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for the time, Martin. It's Martin Starr we're talking to, and he'll be at Motor City Comic Con this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. He didn't even know he was doing a Q&A and a panel, but apparently you'll be doing that.
Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, it should be fun, man, and I think you'll have a good time. When do you get into town?
I get in late on Friday, and then leave Sunday whenever I'm allowed to go.
Okay.
Well,
sometime after your panel.
You'll enjoy Metro Detroiters. They're good people. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, well I've been there. I've been to Detroit a couple times.
Well, look us up next time you're in.
It there. Yeah, well I'll see you guys at the Motor City Comic Con, right?
Yeah, we'll be out there. I'll make my way out there for sure. And if I know there's a whole list of other people that are going to be there. One of them I noticed was Rob Schneider, and I had a famous falling out with him. So look out for him. He's kind of a dickhead.
Yeah, I've heard. I forget. Maybe I shouldn't say his name in case.
No, you can. You can.
Yeah.
Ken Marino had a very funny experience with him, where all I remember from it is that I think they were in some sort of a fight, and it was Rob, I think, that was upset with Ken, and Ken just decided to kiss him on the mouth in a very public setting.
Nice.
And that pissed him off so much.
Yeah.
Like I just wish I had been there. It sounds
assault.
like a really funny exchange, and Ken Marino likes to commit to a bit, so I'm sure.
So he went for it. Yeah, we famously called his house, and his mom answered the phone, and so we were asking about his childhood bedroom, and asked her kind of lightheartedly if there were still like Playboys under the bed or something, and she told him when he got home, and he flipped his fucking shit, dude. He called me on my cell phone. I still don't know how he got my number, and was screaming at me for an hour about how fucking fired I was. It's over. He was talking about like top level bosses that don't even live in the city of Detroit. I mean, he was full on. He wanted heads rolled. It was hilarious.
So watch out for that little guy.
I'm not super worried about him firing me, but it's cute. It's very cute. How did you get a job again? I'm so proud of you for keeping working.
Well,
Blacklisted by Rob Schneider.
yeah,
Shit.
Rob Schneider took me down hard. It was bad. Yeah.
Careful where you say that, because it could contextually mean something totally different.
Good point. Martin
Rob
Starr
Schneider took me down hard.
Yeah, he took me down hard. He sure did. Thank you so much for the time, brother. We really appreciate it. Have fun in Detroit this weekend at the Motor City Comic Con, and it's a good time. It's out at the Suburban Collection Showplace in Novi, and get there early and have some fun and go meet Martin Starr for sure.
Thanks a lot, Martin.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on, guys.
Absolutely. Let's do it again.
Mike, Jay, I agree. We should do it again.
Take care.
Let's do it. See you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye. Do you want to watch one of these clips, dude, that we referenced? Well, let's play Dinesh's gold chain, just so people... This is one of the scenes we were talking with him about.
You wearing a gold chain?
Oh, right. Yeah, I've had it for a while. I just kind of throw it on every now and then.
None of that is true. I definitely would have noticed.
Okay. Listen, I've been working hard. I'm making money for the first time. I was like, buy myself something nice, you know?
But instead of that, you bought a chain?
You're just jealous I have a salary, quitter.
And you are too legit to quit. MC Hamas?
Fuck off.
Later, Chain the Virgin.
At least we'll make a little money doing it.
Oh, great. So you can go back to the car wash and buy some more chains, huh? Pakistani Mr. T?
Fuck you.
Wait, are you not wearing it? You're not. Did you take it off because I was fucking with you?
No? It was itchy on my neck, so...
Bullshit. That was a bad decision. You flinched. Now the pain will never end.
I'm sorry to say it, but Gilfoyle's right. You're making it worse. Sorry, Django.
Django?
I'm Jane.
Great. Now even fucking Jared is busting my balls.
I am. I'm busting your balls.
You know what? If you're gonna give me shit for it anyway, I'm just gonna wear it.
Okay, Jared.
Well, you're insane.
No, Dinesh, that chain is insane. And not in the membrane.
Sorry, Cypress. Halal.
Okay, Jared, settle down. All right, fuck it, I'm in. On one condition. I'm going to need everyone to solemnly swear that they will no longer make fun of my gold chain. Ever again.
Well, guys, I think we can agree to that.
This plan better fucking work with a sacrifice like this.
If we do anything differently, Barker's gonna be on to us. We have to keep complaining about Barker. We have to keep bitching about the box.
We have to keep making fun of your gold chain. We have to. We don't have any other choice, Dinesh.
He's right.
It's a shame, Belle Biv Dinesh, but unfortunately, that chain is poison. All right.
Dinesh, I have a few premium chain insults that I'm going to lay on you when we get in there. Not for myself, obviously, but for the team.
Yeah, I might just have one too. Sorry in advance.
Yeah, great.
Here comes the line
Jared's big ones too.
that Martin was talking about.
assholes.
Hey, Dinesh, nice chain. Do you choke your mother with it when you put your penis in her butthole? What the fuck?
It's the best show on TV, dude.
Yes.
I mean, I know you have reference of one, Jay, because it's the only show you watch, but you picked a good one.
I know. I picked the one,
Yeah.
the best.